Hey guys, welcome back to a new video. In today's video, we are going to be upgrading the normal disc brake to nut hydraulic disc brakes. Stay tuned. So in the box, we have the lever, another lever, this rotor, other rotor, brake pad, other brake pad, and this, which I don't quite know what it is, but we'll find out. So here's all the parts I got, and these do come with pads, but I always want to go big, so I bought some new pads. So we'll install those after. So it's nice because it came with this. Yeah, I know. So all you gotta do is just take this, pull it out, and then you slide it in here. And then you can screw it in. So we got the hydraulic disc brake on the front, wired it up through here, and it's hanging out the top. And we're working on the back wheel. So once we're done with that, we'll tell you how we wire it through this up top and how you connect it to the caliper. Make sure you line the brake up with this over here so it can squeeze without it being like left or right and already squeezing it, and that can slow your scooter down and it can wear out your brake pads.
Down here, you can see a few key parts. One is the rotor. That's the thing that spins around when you're doing your riding. Inside here, you have the disc. You have the brake pads that squeeze around the disc. Squeeze. And when your wheel is moving, you have to make sure that the pads don't touch the rotor too much. And so there are two screws here. Two bolts. 1, 2. These bolts have the ability to loosen this caliper bracket to make it slide left or right, in or out, in order to adjust and make sure that the pads don't touch the rotor when the brakes are not applied. So basically, you record this, come over here, and I push this, I loosen this bolt. It's loose, which means it can wiggle in or out. See it wiggle in and out? Now, if you spin this, you could hear it touching or not touching. And so you have to line it up, and you look at it and you can see, is it lined up? And that is lined up. Now that it's lined up, you tighten it down. But you have to be careful because when you tighten it down, it moves it. So you have to push it in like the opposite direction to prevent it from moving in or out. Now I do the back one. And it's the same thing. And it's It's a very tight fit. It's like a sandwich. There's like half a millimeter between the brake pad and the rotor. So that's it. It doesn't spin that freely because that's the motor one. But come to the front and you can see how freely this is supposed to spin. That means you did a good job. If you spin it and it spins like this and it just stops, that means it's not enough space there between the pad and the rotor. And you gotta adjust it with these bolts. 1, 2 on the front.
So we have this on, and we can actually turn this on, and you can see it spins perfectly fine without any happening. And most of our time spent was not installing it, but lining it up so it doesn't have a sound.
It's rubbing. That means it's rubbing.
And we're putting this hydraulic wire through here into the base, and then we're gonna go out the base up here and connect to our second one where we're gonna install. So this one we aligned up, but this was scraping against the bottom, so we had to add some spacers, aka thick washers, to make this a little up so it wouldn't scrape. We put the bed back on and put the handlebar grips back on, one of them at least, and this one's basically no scrape, and that one's basically no scrape. So now we're gonna tidy up the cords with these, put the other grip back on, and take it for a ride. So we are not gonna cover these with the rubber thing because we want to see if it's leaking brake fluid. If it is, we need to change it. But if it's not, we can put these on. So Mom's gonna ride the iX3 and I'm gonna ride this with new brakes, so stay tuned.